Blackburn Rovers pick up a monstrous 3 points at home to Rotherham United. 3-0 demolition job. Of course, big shout out to Blue Rose Capital for sponsoring my instant reaction, my raw thoughts shortly after the final whistle against Rotherham. Big result. I don't know, people are I imagine a lot of people out there predicted an easy win for Rovers, and on paper it does look like an easy win for Blackburn Rovers. But it was more than that. There was a lot more riding on this. Rotherham coming into this match, new manager bounce, of course, Matty Taylor, of course, there, taking over the reins. First game in charge, we are usually at fault for getting stumped by a new manager bounce. And of course, what kind of Rovers will show up? We've had this win-loss record. Of course, we headed into this on the back of a loss. We've now backed with a win, backed it up with a win, and now go on Tuesday with, of course, trying to break that jinx. But 3-0, job done, of course, by Blackburn Rovers. 2 goals from Diaz. First one in the first half, it was a penalty. Very, very nervy times for Rovers because we've not been great with penalties. Great ball in. I think Morton was the provider to, I think Szmodics might have got pulled down, yanked. And again, finally, a converted penalty by Blackburn Rovers. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen Rovers convert from the spot. So 1-0 it was there into the half-time break. But we weren't. I don't think we deserved to be in the front, to be honest with you. I thought Rotherham had some chances and we were very, very lucky. And of course, if you look at the stats there, of course, 55% possession for Rovers overall, 45% for Rotherham. Again, a lot of possession, a lot of frustration times for Rovers. And again, the faithful watching on, including myself. As we didn't really convert that possession into actual chances until the second half. Second half, we kind of burst into flames. We got that elusive second goal, and it was Diaz again, this time a bit of genius from Sam Szmodics. Great an assist. And in fact, he had a monstrous part to play in the 3 points today. Not only did he provide the assist for the second goal, which was put on the plate for Diaz, he got the third. A great goal in the 75th minute. Dolan the substitution with the assist there to round off a tremendous performance for Szmodics. Got to give him some credit. He's been on the receiving end a lot of harsh critique from Rovers, including myself, and I'll hold my hand up. He was okay in the first half, and I was willing to pull him. At half time. But guess what? He stood up to be counted, stood up to be represented, and of course he delivered a second half worthy of any. Probably his best half of football for Rovers. Getting involved, and again, I chose him for the thumbnail. Look at him right here. He's there. He's bloody there. I picked him. I chose him. I cherry-picked him to be the face of this game, and he delivered. So well done to Szmodics. Well done to Diaz with a brace. He could have had a hat-trick, maybe, but he was pulled, of course, as a substitution. It might have been precaution by JDT because we need him ready for Tuesday. It doesn't rest. We now go try to break the jinx, the win-loss jinx, or the sequence against Wigan at the DW in the rearranged game that was meant to be on the weekend of course, the cancellations because of the craziness back in the United Kingdom in England. But 3-0 it was. Diaz got a few minutes there at the back end, and there was a couple of opportunities we could have added to that. So once we got the second goal, it kind of the more chances were created, and Rovers started to play the football and looked decent. Unfortunately, some of the results elsewhere didn't really pan out for us, and we couldn't really make the progression up the table as much as we wanted. We currently find ourselves in 7th, but I've just been reminded by the guys in the group chat. We are 3 points away from top spot. That is madness. That is absolute madness. Preston breathing down our necks as well in 8th spot, though. 2 points adrift as well. But it is striking. It's a win against, of course, Wigan on Tuesday. We could be top of the fucking table coming at you. And again, our goal difference kind of sucks, so I don't think we will actually be top. Well, we can level, but we can be level on points with the top 4 if we can get the result on Tuesday. Of course, and elsewhere the results didn't really help us out. None the same. But either way, good, strong performance from Rovers. 3 points in the bag, and of course, and for me though, the performances that ring true is Szmodics, giving him confidence, getting them goals, getting them assists, getting them show everybody else, the doubters like me, like you, like everybody else, that there's a player in there. We paid money for him. There is goals in there. There's assists in there. He's been brought in to replace Joe Rothwell, just like Hedges had been brought in, of course, to be that difference maker between playmaker and striker, the guy in the middle to kind of get those, create those chances for the strikers, or put the ball in the back of the net himself. And he got that today. And so I've got to give him a round of applause. scores. Later on, we'll do a full review, digest the numbers, see where we are in the table, and see, of course, what's on the horizon with Wigan, of course, in midweek. As for Rotherham, today, they were okay in the first half. I've got to give them credit. And again, new manager, you've got to give him time. But my questions are there now. Paul Warne has been such a backbone to this team. He's brought them up, brought them down, but he's been there, he's seen everything. But of course, he's now switched his focus to Derby and brought in a young manager in Matty Taylor. I think he's got some Rovers connections in him. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to prove to be a successful hire for this season. It's going to be tough to see them climb the table with the new manager, but we've got to, as a Rotherham, you've got to give him time, you've got to give him see how he does. And if you are to fall short this season and get relegated, I think you have the right man, the right age. He was at Exeter for a long time. It's going to take him at least a season to shape this Rotherham to the team that he wants it to be. But anyway, regardless of all that, I think you guys will have a difficult season. But there's players in there that show their quality and were a little bit hard done by not to get a goal themselves. But anyway, so Rovers 3-0, 3 points in the bag. On we go to Wigan. And again, later on, we'll have a review with the numbers. And of course, we'll hear from Denver, hopefully. And again, a reaction from the fans as well. But until then, guys, go smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check the links down below, Twitter, Facebook. And again, big shout out to Blue Rose Capital for sponsoring this video. But until then, we're out.